to our region. I believe this institution is setting the pace. And as I say so, let me not forget the benefactors, without whom the building we celebrate would also not have been possible. All the philanthropists, Manu Chandaria, who is here, who have generously contributed to this and indeed to so many other development projects in the country, are all worthy of our commendation, and they are worthy of our emulation. As Professor Makoha has said, it is better to have a plaque and be remembered rather than have money and never be remembered. So there's many rooms in this building. How many rooms do you have? 200 rooms. Kila mtu aende atafute pesa kidogo aweke plaque pale. Other countries and other institutions have learned that endowments give extra sense of stability to institutions, especially institutions of higher learning. They have long relied on public grants. There is no reason why these grants cannot be supplemented by funds pooled from other benefactors. My government would be only too happy to work with benefactors who undertake projects of this kind. When we say this, we also acknowledge that with extra funding comes extra accountability. Those who have or who may support in the future the university's ambitions, and here I include my government as well as all ordinary Kenyans, will expect that their funds be used in the most prudent and transparent manner as possible. It is the least the university can do to honor the generosity of all its partners. To the students of this university, I have a few words to share. You already fall among a cadre of illustrious individuals whose exploits and achievements have lit up the annals of our history. Indeed, you are heirs to a magnificent tradition of excellence in scholarship and service. Here, you are indeed on hallowed grounds which were graced by many spectacular achievers, many of whom at one stage or another were students just like yourselves. Mine is to ask you to follow in their footsteps, chase your dreams, release the potential, and let it manifest in great ideas. Build yourselves, aim to serve, and aim to excel. We also insist that you show proper gratitude for what you have learned here by retaining your ties to your alma mater and supporting it long after you have left it. You too should seek to join the ranks of philanthropists in whatever way you can. My government stands ready to facilitate you as you reach for the stars. And indeed, I wish all of you the very best. The teaching staff of this university and the non-teaching staff as well, as it says, it takes a village. Let us all do our best to create and to maintain a perfect environment for our young people to succeed spectacularly, and do your bit to sustain the glorious image of this institution. I urge the entire University of Nairobi community to appreciate the full significance of the responsibilities entailed in being here. It demands that you honor a great legacy and execute the mandates that go with it. It requires you all to be conscious of a broad national and international constituency that this university has served for decades. And it asks you all to rise as one and to tower as a solid, reliable, and enduring tower of strength, service, vision, and leadership, now and in the years to come. Professor, you have stated, as well as your chairman, a number of various issues that we would want us to work together. Mine is once again to assure you that all the issues that you have mentioned, we will work together. The issue of capitation, we will look into that. We have already started looking into capitation. primary and secondary schools, the issue of salaries. You know, I appreciate you do a fantastic job, and we want to look into that because we must reward service and commitment. But sasa unajua kuna commission inafanya kazi hiyo. Lakini tutasaidiana tu polepole tuone vile tutaweza kufanya. But I think the most important thing for all of us to recognize is that, as Professor Kaimenyi said, it's not about money. A country is built by commitment, by patriotism, by service. It is those factors that at the end of the day will give us the capacity to do not just what we are inaugurating today, but many great things going into the future. It is what will create the kind of revenue that a country requires to do what it needs to do. But as I conclude, I must say also, being at a university where you set and frame and shape future generations, don't ignore current ones. We must deal with some of societal problems that have created major moral problems in our country and that pulls our country back. And these are challenges, I believe, that we must face up together. How do we deal with the issues of corruption that has become so embedded in society? How do we deal and recognize that there's a difference between entrepreneurship that you teach here and chasing deals in government offices? How do we change the mentality of our people to understand that this is what builds nations, this is what builds economies, this is what builds societies? So even as we teach practical skills, we also have to deal with a mindset change in Kenya. And I think our universities should take a lead in that. Take a direct lead in that. Help us change our moral culture as we shape our youth. Let's bring all our civil servants back to school. Mwafundishe upya. Yeah? Upya. Let us bring our politicians back. Maybe I should also lead so that others will say, but I'm not singling out myself. I'm saying everybody. Because, you know, there's nobody who, everybody, the whole society, needs to actually get through that mental change. That my success can only be based on our success. Our success is my success. And that way, we can really truly build a great nation, a great region, and a great continent. Indeed, it is with great pleasure, Dr. Makoha, to accept your invitation to lay this foundation stone. You may not be here, but maybe, God willing, when the building is complete, we will be with you in Tukuje Sasa as you work in other areas. Vijana, you know, I keep being told that I am appointing old people. Let me be honest with you. That, you know, age is not a disease. You know, we need a mix, a blend. Experience also matters. Yeah? The young people will take the majority of the jobs. But we also need experience of the older people. So tukiappoint watu ambao pia ni wazee, we're not doing it because what do we want us to do with them? Si lazima pia hata hawa wahusike jameni. Hao ni namna gani? Kenya needs all of us, women, young people, the disabled, old people, in order to grow. So we should not just necessarily say ati ukifika miaka fulani una haja ya kazi. Huyo ambaye amepata hiyo kazi labda atatusaidia kupata another 20,000 jobs, yeah, for our young people. Let us work together, let us benefit together. May God bless you and continue blessing and gracing this great institution of ours. Asanteni sana.
asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Nitaomba sote sasa kwa pamoja tuungane kwa